Hey, howdy. Okay, take 3. I'll explain what I mean in a second, but yeah, not much to really say about this one. This is Feeding Frenzy 2, Shipwreck Showdown. One of the first ones that is actually, like, on Steam and worth playing on Steam. And it's one of my childhood favorites, so I guess we just jump straight in. Now, as to what I meant by take 3, this is the third time that I've tried to record this, and every time, super early on, I was playing the game in windowed mode, and I flicked over to the side of the window and accidentally closed the tab. I was joking about it. I was joking about it the second time I was recording, and then it happened again. So I'm a little bit mad at that.
Mega Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
But it is just Feeding Frenzy, but better.
Mega Frenzy.
The leopard shark is also known as the cat shark. Okay.
Feeding Frenzy.
I love the fish facts.
Double Frenzy.
Ah, multitasking.
Feeding Frenzy. Double Frenzy. Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy.
And last time I played this, someone said that I play this game like a Taz, which is a compliment of the highest order, in my opinion. I don't know if I'll reach that level. But here's hoping, right?
Feeding Frenzy. Double Frenzy. Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy. Feeding Frenzy. Double Frenzy. Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
I'm a bottom feeder now, great.
Feeding Frenzy. Double Frenzy. Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
Brilliant.
Mega Frenzy.
I'm gonna camp by these pearls for a second. Because they have a chance of being black pearls. Damn it. And black pearls are really, really powerful. They give you a full level, essentially.
Feeding Frenzy. Double Frenzy.
Stop camping by the pearls. That's my job.
Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
There is something so funny to me, by the way.
Mega
The eventual plot story of this game, because there is a story in this game, albeit a loose one, talks about how, oh, there's something disrupting the food chain. When you've just been going on this massive rampage. You are the ultimate overfisher. More than any human can dream of doing. I love these out-of-water levels. Mainly because of the flip. The flip was a genius decision. But you might notice, compared to the first game, the enemies are a lot less aggressive.
Triple Frenzy.
Like if I were playing the first game and I was screwing around that leopard shark would have turned tail and instantly eaten me. And granted, that leopard shark would be just a regular old shark, but just thinking about his AI, how his AI would have worked, it would have been a lot more aggressive. I need to be careful about hanging by the edges of the screen.
Super Frenzy.
Ah. There's your plot. Spooky alien fish. It's an angler.
Feeding Frenzy.
Now we get to the good stuff.
Frenzy. Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
All the minnows are just gone.
Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy.
There's my minnows.
Mega Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
Ah, barracudas. Barracudas are also less aggressive than they were, but they will still hunt you down
Double Frenzy.
if you're dumb enough to bite their tail.
Triple Frenzy.
And I say dumb, but
Super Frenzy.
it's not that dumb of an idea considering how much of a reward it gives you. Yeah, but he would have been on my ass even if I hadn't bit his tail. I appreciate how much, this one is a little bit more chill. Not that much more chill because, well, you'll see. The game makes up the difficulty in other ways. But it's a bit more casual.
Feeding frenzy. Double frenzy. Triple frenzy.
Ah. Big shark.
Super frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy.
No!
Feeding frenzy. Double frenzy. Triple frenzy. Super frenzy. Mega frenzy.
2 leopard sharks. A game you shouldn't have.
Mega frenzy.
That's the thing that I learned when I was watching Rocky Horror, actually. I didn't realize just how famous the Charles Atlas commercial was, but not only is it referenced in Rocky Horror, it's referenced in the album The Who Sell Out, and in TF2. The comic that first introduced Girardi is a direct riff on the Charles Atlas commercial with the bodybuilder, where the guy like gets sand kicked in his face and does the Charles Atlas course with dynamic tension, and he becomes a beast of a man and gets all the girls.
Double frenzy.
And the Girardi thing is a direct riff on that. All like down to the poses in the panels being really similar.
Super frenzy.
I love TF2, man.
Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy.
Damn it. Because even without considering, like, oh, it's like rose-tinted glasses, it's not as good now as it was then. And no, you only like it because it's made by Valve, and Valve owns Steam. Like, all that aside, just the aesthetic and the comedic value of that game is freaking unmatched. Oh, damn it, golden hair. There was a golden herring down there. The comedic value of that game is just incredible. And that's without considering how bonkers the community can be.
Mega frenzy.
When they aren't yelling racial slurs, that is. It's the TF2 community. You take the good with the bad.
Feeding frenzy. Double frenzy. Triple frenzy. Super frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy.
Yes. So many schools.
Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy.
The more I see that bit is very similar to Pizza Frenzy.
Feeding frenzy. Double frenzy. Triple frenzy. Super frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
4 flips. Oh, I almost got 5. Also, it's only spawning singles. Right, this level introduces the mines.
Healing Frenzy. Double Frenzy. Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
Alright.
Mega Frenzy.
Brilliant.
Mega Frenzy.
We're on to World 3 already. Ba-da-dum bum. Oh, these levels are annoying, I remember. The gimmick with this area is darkness. And jellyfish.
Healing Frenzy.
After all, this dude is an angler, so it makes sense. But something that comes to mind that just cements how I feel about TF2 is... I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was back when... It was the first TF2 blog post that they had made in probably, like, I think since Jungle Inferno came out. They made one about a year ago about music. What they were doing was they were releasing high-fidelity versions of all the music and official sheet music. And the post was hilarious. It ended with like, "Checkmate Mozart, we'll see you in hell," or something like that. It was very, very entertaining. And it proved that even now, however many years since the game had been basically on life support,
Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
the writing team is still as sharp as ever. Most of them have moved on to different projects, but their glib is pretty obvious. And that's not even considering the comics. Like, if you have not read the Team Fortress 2 comics, do yourself a favor, like, set aside an afternoon and read through them. They're really good. Like, unironically very, very solid graphic novel. It's short, it's not, it's like a decent size, it's not that short. It's extremely funny. It doesn't, oh, that was a black pearl. Most importantly, and this is something that always comes to mind with game-adjacent products, it doesn't stroke itself off. I think that's the best way to describe it, because there's a lot of things. There's a lot of game-adjacent media that try way too hard to be like, yeah, do you guys remember the video game? Yeah, we're gonna only reference the video game and not do anything original. For more information on the subject, look up the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland. Where they're just so scared to make an original movie. Or they went so far away from the source material, or they go so far away from the source material that there's no point in even saying that it's a video game movie anymore. See the Super Mario Brothers movie. Not the new one, the old one. More homework for you. Read the Wikipedia article describing the Super Mario Brothers movie. It is a freaking fever dream.
Double frenzy.
Because it's not like, because the Illumination one is just set in the Mario universe. They don't do any like mental gymnastics about why this is happening or what's going on. It's just set in the Mario universe. That's their logic, they stick with it. But, oh my god, the live action one. It is wild.
Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
Uh-oh. Okay, good. I am surprised I lived that. All things considered. Hello. I feel like for a movie to be good, for a video game to make for a good movie,
Mega Frenzy.
I feel like it's gotta have a loose plot. Because if it has a loose plot, then you don't have to worry about that, about the issues of, oh, what if we're not living up to the expectations of the fans? Nah. It's why I think Wreck-It Ralph did so well. Because, at face value, the fictional game that Wreck-It Ralph is based on is really simple. There's no complex plot. It's just Ralph breaks things and then Felix is to fix things, and that's the entire game. And they work off of that. Compare that with another example, the Persona 5 anime, which I have not heard good things about. I will confess that I have not watched it, but I've heard a lot of descriptions about it. And the thing that it does, its principal crime is trying way too hard to be like the game.
Mega Frenzy.
And from what I've heard, it at least has...
Mega Frenzy.
It has some interactions between Ryuji and the main character that are adorable, but besides that, it tries way, way too hard to be like the game, and that's what lets it down. And another positive example is Sonic. It's so weird. It's so weird to think.
Triple Frenzy.
The Sonic the Hedgehog movie is, or not only was it the best, probably the best movie of that year, as far as just like cinema viewing experience.
Mega Frenzy.
It's probably the best movie of that year, and it didn't try.
Mega Frenzy.
It didn't try to
Mega Frenzy.
go through these hoops in order to make it like, oh, we gotta put in a billion references to Sonic the Hedgehog. Not that that's a bad thing, there is a, for those who aren't aware, there is a free game on Steam that was released on April Fool's Day called The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog that does do that, and it's hilarious. That's also because it's self-aware enough to know what it is. It's also basically an Ace Attorney game after a certain point, which is just delightful.
Double frenzy. Triple frenzy. Mega frenzy.
But I think self-awareness is really that principal factor. It's not even the mirth of the story that kills these games, or that kills these movies. It's the self-awareness, the ability to take a look back and like, yeah, we're fully aware that this is a movie.
Super frenzy.
So what are we gonna do about that?
Mega frenzy.
I don't mean self-awareness in a cheeky Deadpool kind of way, though. I mean self-awareness in the way of, like, the movie orienting itself properly.
Mega frenzy.
Because the old Mario movie is certainly not self-aware. It wanted to be a Hollywood movie. And a fat lot of good that ended up doing it. Or another example of a movie like that is Pixels. Pixels is trying way too hard to be a Hollywood movie / Adam Sandler movie, and it ends up falling on its face. I was actually decently hyped for that movie when it came out. Or when the trailers came out for it. Then I looked a little closer and thought, damn, okay, great, this is not gonna be a good movie, is it? And this is before I knew, this was back before I realized how mid Adam Sandler movies are. I mean, if you can deal with Adam Sandler movies, more power to you, because you have a lot of material. I'm not usually one of those people. Like, I think that Happy Gilmore is a pretty good movie, but I don't think that's a very hot take. I've heard a lot of people say that Happy Gilmore is a good movie and one of Sandler's best. That and Uncut Gems. But when people talk about Adam Sandler movies, they're not talking about those. Oops. That inverts your controls, by the way.
Eating frenzy. Double frenzy. Triple frenzy. Super frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy.
But when people talk about Adam Sandler movies, they're talking about Click. They're talking about Jack and Jill. They're talking about Pixels. Now, Click is not as bad of a movie as Jack and Jill or Pixels, but there's a distinctive style to an Adam Sandler movie that I think Click is more personifies it a bit better.
Double frenzy.
A distinctive style and a distinctive sense of humor. Now again, if you like those kind of movies, more power to you. It's the kind of movie that I imagine would have been a lot more fun to make than to watch. Because Adam Sandler always gave off the vibe of just like the cool dude on the set. It's like regardless of how good his movies are, he's just fun to talk with, I would reckon.
Mega frenzy. Super frenzy. Frenzy. Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
Barracuda. Hang on, while I have this moment. 30 minutes. We might be able to get through all this in an hour. I'm actually not sure. I'm sure as hell gonna try. Right, I forgot, you can't spawn camp them, because they can... If you're not careful, they will just... He will just fly straight back out of bounds and despawn. Right, the lures. I forgot about the lures.
Feeding Frenzy. Double Frenzy. Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
I don't know why, the lures have got me thinking about SpongeBob.
Mega Frenzy.
But I remember hearing an interesting fact about SpongeBob, that apparently
Double Frenzy.
the entire bit with SpongeBob's parents and Mrs. Puff's boating school was added at the request of Nickelodeon, apparently. The story goes that at a certain point, Nickelodeon execs were like, hey, so we want SpongeBob to actually act more like to be more like a kid. He sort of acts like a kid, but in like a weird sort of way. Because I think canonically SpongeBob was like 30. Which is just insane. Also, we saw no lures in that level. I swear they're there. Yeah, now we get to the fun levels. But I'll enjoy my airspace while it's still here, because, spoiler alert, something's about to come up that will make the airspace a bit harder to take advantage of.
Mega Frenzy.
I think there is eventually a level where you can where the only, like, low-level bait is butterflies.
Mega Frenzy.
And it's also not my favorite level because it's when they introduce the hazard that will be introduced. It's after they introduce the hazard that will be introduced in the next level or so. So exploring the airspace is not quite as free as it is right now. But I mean, it's still fun.
Mega Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
I like games where you are just a fish and you're doing fish things. Like Laser Dolphin. This is a classic old Flash game. Classic old desktop game, rather. Same people that made Tasty Planet.
Super Frenzy.
To my memory. It's sort of like a weird... There you are. Hello, hello, Mr. Pelican. It's a weird... I almost want to call it a spiritual successor to Echo the Dolphin. I'm not entirely sure if it is, but it feels like it. You play as a dolphin with a freaking laser beam attached to your freaking head. It's a lot of fun. It's just like dumb, funny old game. It even had a level editor, and back in the old days, little me was always so happy to play games that had level editors. I still am, frankly. If it's done with beauty and grace, adding a level editor is one of the best things you can possibly do for your game, because it gives it longevity. Provided that it's not completely haphazard, it ensures at least that people are going to experiment with how to make levels. It won't ensure that people are going to do crazy stuff with your editor, but hey, maybe they might. And there's a lot of games that I only really play for the customizable aspects like that.
Mega Frenzy.
Like a bit of an odd example, there's this fighting game called Super Fighters Deluxe. It's based on, it's a deluxe version to the old Flash game Super Fighters. And it has a map editor. And all my friends kind of got into the game around the same time, because we saw some of them played the old Flash version when they were younger, and they're like, yeah, there's a deluxe version, and it's got a map editor, and we could try to learn how to make maps. And long story short, I ended up getting pretty deep into it, made a lot of really cool maps, and then the game died. I think nowadays there's only like 10 servers online, and most of them are either Brazilian, have cracked copies of the game, or both. So the game is kind of dried up, but I still cherish all the time that I spent making those maps. Oh, Mr. Pelican. Oh wow, that's a lot of minnows.
Mega Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
I may as well just like clean up over here. Come on. Well, I'm glad I had my shield up.
Mega Frenzy.
Oh, lovely. Pufferfish. So, I mentioned before that there were ways that this game got a bit more difficult. Those little bastards are one of the ways that they do. I think they pulled the stunt in the first game, but they pull it a lot more of just...
Mega Frenzy.
The only thing that they give you to eat is these little gremlins. There's a level later down the line that we'll definitely see that is just awful. There are no low-level fish at all. It only gives you cuttlefish and pufferfish. And it just sucks.
Mega Frenzy.
damn it. But look how many lives I'm getting. I'm up to 40.
Feeding frenzy. Double frenzy.
I'm gonna follow behind you if that's okay.
Feeding frenzy. Double frenzy.
I'm like a Remora. Huh. Ah, so there's too many tuna. I don't really know what that means in the context of this game. I don't know if it, like, changes the distributions of spawns or something. But there are going to be a lot of tuna in this level.
Triple frenzy. Super frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy.
That tends to happen a lot. At least everything is affected by it, by these little bastards.
Feeding frenzy.
It's not just me, it affects everything.
Triple frenzy.
I don't know if y'all can see it, but like in classic old game fashion, there's like a bar off to the side of the screen
Feeding frenzy.
that doesn't quite match up with the resolution.
Triple frenzy.
It's like an NES, where it's just like, you can see some artifacting whenever things dip slightly over.
Mega frenzy.
Alright. I think this is the... We're coming up on the last set of levels before we start to face this mysterious creature.
Double frenzy. Triple frenzy.
I say start to because, well,
Super frenzy.
you'll see. It's weird how it works out.
Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy.
No, bastard. Okay.
Feeding frenzy. Double frenzy. Triple frenzy.
Something else to note as well. I don't think this could happen in the first game, but it can happen here. Yeah, there he is. The barracuda can get eaten by other fish when it's in small form. And now we're at shark. Let's see the time. Time 45 minutes. I think I'll go until we fight the big fish for the first time.
Feeding frenzy.
That's just cruel. Cruel and unusual. How dare you?
Feeding frenzy. Feeding frenzy.
Everything at this level is just so long.
Feeding frenzy. Double frenzy. Triple frenzy. Super frenzy. Mega frenzy.
There's so many Orcas.
Mega frenzy.
Another thing that I'm happy about from the first game, Orcas were mean little bastards in the first game. They're still dangerous here, but at least now they're more placid. They would chase your ass down in the first game. I see those stupid pufferfish. I should not have been trying to go for the Fury.
Feeding frenzy. Feeding frenzy.
This is going to take so long. There's not even any barracudas I could use.
Feeding frenzy.
But swimming up and down is just terrifying.
Feeding frenzy.
That's better. Okay, could have been worse.
Feeding frenzy. Double frenzy.
The difficulty in this game is just from the sheer number of them. They don't chase you down, but there sure as hell is a lot of them.
Super frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy.
Great. Schools of poison fish.
Feeding frenzy.
Good start.
Feeding frenzy. Double frenzy. Triple frenzy. Super frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy. Mega frenzy. Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
It is so cursed to have a
Frenzy.
have a bonus level without the bonus music playing.
Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy. Mega Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
Cute little detail in this game as well. The game tracks how many poison fish you've eaten. So if you end up eating a whole school of them, you'll spit that school, the entire school back out. Seems like a small thing, but, you know. You never know with programming, right?
Eating Frenzy. Double Frenzy.
Get the lure!
Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
No!
Eating Frenzy. Double Frenzy.
Just the Orca squad comes rolling up.
Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
Mines. Great. Add another ingredient to the salty soup.
Eating Frenzy.
I'm not getting salty or anything, but this is the ocean.
Double Frenzy.
That could have killed me. Where are you? Okay, where are you going? Why is this one being so aggressive?
Double Frenzy. Triple Frenzy. Super Frenzy. Mega
Nice.
Frenzy. Mega Frenzy. Mega Frenzy. Mega Frenzy.
Last level before we face off against the creature. This one seems like a doozy. We got mines. We got pufferfish.
Frenzy.
We got jellyfish. We got poison fish.
Double frenzy. Double frenzy.
Oh. I was trying to. I was thinking I could try to be greedy. It's not worth it.
Double frenzy.
I was close to losing it as it was. But if I had been really slick with that, I could have gotten two levels in one fell swoop, which would have been awesome. Would have been really hard to do, but it would have been possible.
Heating frenzy. Heating frenzy. Double frenzy. Triple frenzy.
No barracudas in these waters.
Super frenzy. Mega frenzy.
There he is. The lair of the mysterious creature. Green fish. Let's beat him up. So you might be wondering, yeah! So the way the game's gonna go from here on in is we do a few levels as the next layer down. So I imagine, I think it's the, who are we? Yeah, we're the Ras now. But I'm gonna save and quit, and we'll come back to it at a later time. But that's gotta be it for me. Thanks so much for watching.